I'm saying.
Welcome to episode 4 of the challenge. Break down. It's your boy Wendell Holland from Survivor and some other things. I am here with my people. My good brother, the one and only Mr. Brice Izyah is in the building. How you doing, Brice?
What's going on? Excited to be here. Ready to recap another amazing episode.
Good episode. Good episode. And we are joined by the one and only, they call him Hatchie. They call him Hatchert. Joseph David Hatcher is in the building. How are you doing, Joey Hatch?
I am doing wonderful. Was excited to watch this episode, and I'm excited to break down this episode with my brothers. So,
as am I. Another good episode.
It was.
If you ask me, this has been an A1 season, very entertaining, reigniting my love for the show. Go ahead.
Before we even get into this episode, I believe Brice had something he wanted to say from how Tony was let go from last episode. So, Brice, the floor is yours.
Well, I just feel like last episode we were talking and I felt like I didn't believe that he threw the challenge. I didn't feel like he was giving up. I think Wendell was saying that there was a lot of different narratives out there. And I think, Joey, you sent something on Twitter and essentially Tony said he ain't give up.
Let's read it for the people out. Let's read it for the listeners, Brice.
He says, absolute BS. The way this whole episode was framed, I made deals with 4 people to keep myself safe in the future over choosing to save Derek. Essentially, he just goes in and basically says that the narratives out there aren't true and that he didn't give up and he doesn't know where the narrative came from. That's essentially what I said.
He also said, not once did I disrespect Avery or name call. So, yeah, we were talking about this, Brice. You're right.
Yeah, I just was confused as to where those narratives were coming from, and I stand by my new man, Tony.
I think the narratives were coming from the people that were on the show that didn't particularly want him on the show.
And also, it's an easy narrative to, go with. If got a bunch of people saying that, the editors, it's easy for the editors, if you ask me.
And it's funny because I feel like this Avery topic is going to come up again in a different shape, in a different Laurel.
Okay.
But
all right.
Yeah, before we get into the episode, it's important to remember the targets from Era 1.
Correct.
We have Anissa and Derek. Era 2, we have Bananas and Laurel. From Era 3, we have Jordan and Naya. And Era 4, we have Jonny and Horacio.
If I'm the challenge producers, I'm paying Laurel whatever she asks for to come back season after season.
Really? You think she's like that quality entertainment?
Absolutely. First, man, she caused she wants to smoke, and she's also about 6'5". She's a beast, and she wants to smoke. Yeah.
You can miss me with that. You could Cara Maria me, okay? Because I'm with Cara Maria.
You could Josh you.
Oh,
you better watch it.
Not too much.
You better chill.
Not too much.
I'm just saying, he turned his,
And listen, let's get into the episode, Joseph, because
yes. So moving right along. The challenge for this episode, the group challenge was called Trivia Cradled Cranium.
No, I mean,
you feel me?
Silly. They getting crazy. Yo, they getting crazy with these names. Let's be real.
So Cradle Cranium is definitely a crazy
now,
name.
Joey, we can't get into no challenge without talking about Tariq Jones.
He has a different name every week. I love it.
I'll just skip over Cradle Cranium, but all right.
I didn't skip over it.
Get into your man Tariq, because we need to talk about the lack of the crispiness of the collar this week in all of these fits.
They heard us and they said, well, let's throw a little curveball for the challenge breakdown boys, because they're coming at his starchiness too much.
It's not as starchy, but it is as floppy as ever. It's the biggest. I mean, his folds on his collars are huge.
Yo, people are wearing the big baggy clothes now. Do you think that this is what TJ is responding to?
It's making a comeback. I think everything makes a comeback, right? Everything goes around.
I'm here for the oversized.
Well, we don't have a starch collar. Everything is loosey goosey.
The goose is loose.
Anyway, let's continue on with this challenge.
So I will say, I'll start by saying that I didn't particularly like this version of trivia because, like, you had to be a super nerd to know all the answers to these questions.
Yes, but I also feel like I always feel like Anissa is really good at these type of challenges. But I love it. But one thing for sure is I'm not gonna call myself no calculator.
They call Kylan the calculator.
Okay, well, I ain't gonna call nobody no calculator. And when you put up the big numbers, you go blank.
Not too much on my twin brother Kylan.
I love Kylan, and I love what he was doing for Horacio. But I also felt like let's warm up a little bit. Let's let the water come to a rolling boil before you put the top on the rice. Don't just go crazy because you're not gonna get the sticky rice.
I don't know how to make sticky rice. I don't know the process, so I trust you with your.
Yeah, you gotta have the water come to a rolling boil before you turn to simmer.
Okay.
To make your rice. But no,
Right.
I love Kylan, but I also feel like it's a lot of people putting a lot of weight on Kylan. But this challenge was great. I always love TJ with his laugh. I like it when they get ejected. I like the trivia when they like drop down. This one was a little lackluster, but
it wasn't lackluster because my man, I thought he broke his back.
CT pro tip number 8. When you go into the water, go into fetal position. Because I don't know what happened to CT.
Well, CT came in with a couple extra pounds this season, and that weight might not have hit the water properly.
When he came back in the crib, that's how I was walking today after the workout. Legitimately.
Hatchie had an art museum stairs workout today, and
you got busy with it.
Who's that hanging? Okay. Get him, Hatchert.
I don't understand why this is a whistle blow. It is how you're supposed to fall. You hang.
No.
Let it all hang.
No.
How did he catch himself right there? Number one, because look how they're sitting.
Yeah, a few of them did some weird.
Through Jesus Christ, you can.
Okay.
So it was interesting because they had a lot of hope for Era 4, and Kylan was doing his best to save Horacio.
That's what you call your best? I'm sorry, Kai, but he went in guns blazing. And TJ didn't even wait no time. He just hit the buzzer every time. He was just he wasn't playing. I have a question. I wonder if you guys have knowledge too. Do you guys know what time he starts they start the challenge at? Because when they were done, it was dark. They lost all types of daylight.
If you ask, first of all, no, I don't know the answer to that, but I would assume they start at whatever time, and they weren't anticipating a tie, and then they had to reposition and everything, reset up cameras and stuff. So that's what I think happened.
Okay.
But I mean, yeah, you're right. It looked like the nighttime. Yeah,
correct.
It definitely was dark.
Brice, why don't you call Corey and ask him what time it was?
I mean, I can. That's not a problem. And so Era 4 loses. It is a sudden death between Era 2 and Era 3. We have Jordan and we have, is it Laurel?
Yes.
Yes.
Now they asked Laurel a question. Also, first of all, I forgot that challenge when the girl was trying to untake her safety harness off, and I think it was Katie and
Julia and Veronica.
She was like, "What is she doing?
That was wild, bro.
I forgot all about that. TJ asks Laurel a question. Laurel gets it right. He asks Jordan a question about his good man, my man, his good man's girlfriend,
Yeah,
and he's
yeah, yeah.
struggling. Now,
Yeah,
How
let
did
me
you
ask
feel
you.
about that?
First of all, ain't nothing. There's no competition. Now, I don't have any children. I haven't had a gender reveal. But Joey, who currently is the love of my life?
Danny?
Who
LaMelo.
is
Oh,
thank you.
LaMelo. I'm sorry.
Okay. Wendy's, who is my TikTok love?
That light skinned kid with the outfits.
Dev. Okay, 2.3 seconds. Y'all, like, it's just no way that Jordan fumbles this question. It's
I mean, but
giving a
he's not on the show, so it had nothing to do with the show. So that question was kind of a
Nah, bruh. If Jordan came to their very baby shower, and
what
now
I'm
he's like,
saying is everything on the trivia was based on what happened on the challenge.
no.
it was something of like the rival of the exes or something where she was a part of the show, or it was like his something. I mean, again, it wasn't me, so we don't really care. But it was just the fact that he struggled. And I didn't think anything of it. But when I went back and rewatched it, he's like, Hassan Jaya. It's a little sus, Jordan. It's a little sus.
It looked very sus. And well, my first question is to Brice. So Corey had someone before you?
The question really is, whatever is BB before Brice, it doesn't matter.
So in other words, he has a past.
Everyone has a past.
How do you feel about Corey having a past?
I'm all about his future. CT pro tip number 11. Look to the future.
And I have a question, or maybe even a statement, because I think I talked with you, Wendell, about this off air. But like, when you're in the trivia portion of the game, you got all these cameras around you. You just have a brain fart. And when they had the confessional, you saw Jordan. He was like, "Yo, I know that. I just slipped my mind."
Did you see how he said it?
I did, but
it just slipped my mind.
And let's fast forward to Laurel saying, I'll never throw Jordan in. He saved me. I saved him, to the point that they had to call a team meeting to say, hey.
And let's think of it this way. Brice, if you and I go down for a tiebreaker, yo, we're brokering a shady deal. Sorry. Hey, Brice, look out for me. I'm going to look. Yo, let me win. I'm going to look out for you tonight. We're brokering a shady deal. You're my man. Yeah, like the writing was on the wall. They might have whispered it when they were repositioned. Like,
correct.
Yeah, the writing was on the wall there, and for him first of all, for him to not know Cheyenne, but for him to say some other C name, like that looks so phony. Like, come on.
Meanwhile, you got Corey standing over there, like, and you're not even turning your head. You're not even.
So you think it was on purpose because like he's like that's his man and he wanted to go down?
No,
he's facing Laurel, the girl
right now, and tonight, don't say my name.
But here's the thing, and this is where I'm not mad at Jordan, right? It's battle of the eras. The eras are, trying to save the eras. But these people know at the end of the day, it's not going to come down to your era. It's going to come down to these other eras. So they are brokering deals for each other that best suit. Right. They're best suiting each other. So it's like Jordan, him and Laurel used to be a thing. Like, he gracefully gave her that win to give her the control, but him knowing that they're going to repay it.
And
I don't even believe Johnny Bananas either. Johnny Bananas wasn't convincing me. Like, talking to the people like, yeah, well, you know how hard-headed Laurel is. You like, okay, but that's
how you play that situation for sure if you're Johnny.
Right. But I
don't want to be enough.
I've seen enough challenges to see Johnny Bananas stand on something.
Oh yeah, he can stand on business,
but you also know Laurel's also standing on business too. So like, if I got somebody else that's going to stand on business, and we know we just had a stalemate, I'm not about to make sure that I'm about to go into the challenge, just like Tony and Avery.
Yes, you're right, Hatch, but for sure, Bananas had, like Jordan said, they had some kind of a little like, hey, we're gonna knock a gun for each other. Bananas knew what time it was, and it was very convenient for him to be like, oh, I ain't going to a stalemate like what happened with Tony. Just like it was very convenient for CT to be like, when he was sitting with Rachel, be like, Rachel's like, oh, I can't say Anissa's name. It's all, they're finding creative ways to do what they, yeah. That's all it is. They're not new to this game. They're vets. They're vets for a reason. Sorry.
Yeah, no. I think what's even interesting is before the challenge, when we have these groups of people sitting and talking, like Era 3. What I'm describing.
I don't see you, Brice.
I see Corey in a bag of Doritos, and I'm okay, and I'm salty and nacho-y. We have these conversations where people are saying we're the strong matches, and if we can put ourselves up, let's go in order, we good. And Corey in this moment says, like, I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at the rotation.
Well, if we fast forward just a little peek at the end of the episode, Josh also said that same thing.
Well, and Josh did say that. Josh said he was ready to go in. And here's the thing, though. And I'm going to stand 10 toes down on my Martinez because, one, yeah, he said, I'll volunteer to go in, not knowing who the other targets were going to be. When the targets got volunteered, if I'm Josh Martinez, I'm sitting back too. Because just like these people are brokering these deals and keeping themselves safe, the only person you can keep safe is yourself, and I'm not going to volunteer myself. So I'm not mad. They want to play their own game. I'm with Josh Martinez. Let's play our own game too.
We'll get to that. But you're right. Good. Hey, you save yourself another week. Good game move.
Right.
He's good at that.
He really is. And Josh is in the best physical shape of his life. We are here for Josh. Josh and Tori make up. At the beginning of the episode, we see them talking. They got into
I was glad to see them piece it up.
Right.
We saw that coming.
Love me some Josh.
All he had to do was sleep that off, right?
Right.
You
better chill, dog.
Right, because not too much.
What? He was drunk and he got a fight with her.
He wasn't drunk. He woke up and
I believe I said he was a little sauced.
He was on the sauce. Yo, he was on the sauce. He told her, he said, "You're dead to me." And then he slept it off. Cooler heads prevailed in the morning. Yo, I was a little sauce last night. Yo, we good. Let's work together for the best interest of both our games. He's a diplomat in that house.
Okay.
He wasn't sauced, Brice?
He was waking up. He just heard his name. So if getting upset from hearing your friends talk about you was sauce, then he was sauced.
Whew. Fair enough.
Now we get to go out.
Right.
We go out to the party. I love how they be showing the transactions of it looks like they're paying for drinks.
Can I get a beer? Can I get a wine? Oh, this is all free. Put your wallet back in your, why do you even have your wallet with you?
I heard else. Yeah.
Okay.
You heard what?
I think I might have heard that too, but
yeah, I heard that on some of these ones they gotta pay for their drinks.
They gotta pay for everything.
I know you lying.
No, I definitely heard that for sure.
Yeah.
I've heard
a lot of them just sitting at the table.
Right.
Who did Corey think he was right there?
Okay, he thought he was Drake, and I ain't mad. But this is when Corey, what is this guy's name? I forget his name.
Devin. That's Devin.
They have an interesting conversation where they essentially are talking about Jordan, and they're like, that was a little sus. Corey is like, yeah, he was at Brice and I's gender reveal, and I'm shocked that
chill.
What?
Anyway,
Jordan was at our gender reveal, and it was shocked. It's a little funny. And then this is when we see Jonny Bananas talking with Derek and Anissa about different things. And Derek essentially is like, it makes no sense for it to be us.
who said that?
Derek. And Derek was right. When he said that, I wholeheartedly believe he was correct. Like, yo, if you throw me and Anissa in right now, it's not going to make a dent in this game. We need to get one of these dogs out. He basically said that.
He ain't lying either, because
that's what I'm saying.
It would be such a game disruptor for them to get a Horacio out of Era 4. Because right now we're looking at Era 1 becoming decimated despite having Bananas, CT. Like, yeah.
Dog, did you see when CT and Derek and Darrell were having that conversation? CT's like, yo, I'm laying on one cheek. Darrell's like, I cannot sit down. And they're like, Derek, please do whatever you got to do to like save us. Like you can't go. If you go home, we're like, we don't know what we're gonna do.
Yeah,
super cooked.
Derek's presentation got a little nervous. Got me thinking of like Michaela's first time on the challenge. Writing people's name down can be a little tricky, but I guess when you are a vet, it works out for you.
Did it? Because
I mean, it does it.
He had like that diagram is perfect, but if these people that you're talking to are not malleable enough to like hear it and change their opinions, if they're like, oh, I'm with my allies, which again, if you got allies, it makes sense to just stick to your like it's a numbers game. So it does make Bananas and Laurel. I get it, but Derek,
what does it say when your whole team has a team meeting because clearly they see how things are going and your whole era is like, ayo, is we team strong, or is it like you just do what you want to do?
Before we even go any further, I forgot Nehemiah was playing the game until like I seen him, and I'm like, in the beginning of the episode, I'm like, wait, he's still here? They haven't showed him on the camera at all for these first 4 episodes.
That's good.
I mean, they pick and choose their favors, and they have their people. I'm sure Nehemiah is making great TV, but they pick and choose, and they got 100 people on this cast and all of that. So,
and I think it was it Derek or the other one that was like, me and Laurel became fast friends, and just as fast as we became friends, it's faded out. I'll do the song and dance, but I don't got your back and you ain't got my back. And again, Cara Maria is just sitting there. This is what Cara Maria has been telling us since day 1 of season 40.
What, like Laurel
like Laurel and Jonny, when they get in power, it's giving dictatorship.
Yeah.
I don't know if I use that word.
I mean, they're not doing what's best for
they're doing what they think is best for them and their allies.
Them, yes.
You have to understand that everyone is operating, doing what they think is best for them. Like, okay, cool. Our era sounds like we should do this. Nah, bruh. I have a long-standing deal with this person, that person, that person, that person that I think is going to get my game further. So, yeah, y'all can say whatever you want to me right now, but I'm going to do what I think is best for me. Now, granted, every dog has their day. So next episode, Emily might win. And now she's like looking at, but right now they looking out for their allies. But again,
I think Jonny knows that nobody's going to really throw him in. Like
Who?
I feel like Jonny thinks that about himself. I'm not saying that the rest of the house thinks that about him. I think that he thinks everybody, like nobody will really throw him in.
People will throw Bananas in. This type of way that it's being run is a part of what made me stop watching the challenge, right? Like that season with Jay from Survivor, how, it's just like, it's the same old, which is why I love the fact that we have fresh meat, new people. But I don't love it. I don't love it for the people in the house, right? As a viewer, I like it specifically for season 40 because it's like, oh, it's like, it's interesting, but I don't like it. I don't like the dichotomy of it all, in my opinion.
To piggyback on you, Brice, and I think I remember me hating watching it too, because you had this group of people that the newbies could never infiltrate, so they would suck up to them and watch each other get picked off until it's them that gets picked off, and now it's these the whatever, the old school players or whatever back then. I remember that. I hated it, and that's when we would yell at our screens like, yo, y'all have a good amount of numbers, band together. In this case, like you said, we're seeing it again. I think I was listening to Derek's pod. I've been listening to a bunch of these pods, and Derek was talking about the Vacation Alliance, which is essentially this group that it's like it's this group, and then they all have their people, and essentially it's like, and then those people have people. So like, all right, you pick off those people, and the people on the inner periphery think, all right, we're part of this thing. Nah, y'all are next. And now it's just these people remaining. So, yeah, we're watching what we used to watch. And then it got disrupted a little because the numbers changed. And all of a sudden you have this influx of new people that are actually shaking things up. But now that influx of new people have kind of like
they've got into the circle. And now they want to be a part of it. Yeah.
I have a question for y'all. Why do you think that there's never been like a cookout on the challenge?
I think that's a good question. You saw it with Safety Palace on All Stars,
right?
With Tech, Nehemiah,
right?
I think Latarian was in there.
Yep.
I don't know.
Okay.
Do we have a lot of like?
We don't have a lot of black women winners in the challenge. We do have black men, but there aren't a lot of black women winner.
Do we have many black men winners other than Darrell?
Do we have many other black winners in Survivor other than Jeremy and Earl Cole? What?
He think he's funny.
That tickled Joey's fancy.
That blessed me so much.
Well, what I will say is, if they have one black winner who's won a couple times in 40 seasons, and at least we have 3 black male winners and a few, 2 black women winners, that's 5 in 50 seasons, and they've had what? Darrell, however many? Do they have any black women winners?
Not off the top that I know of.
I feel like Cam got close before or something. She was tough. I don't know, but yeah, I mean, that's an interesting conversation.
Right.
Leroy, I thought, was our guy for a minute. I thought he was going to get close a couple times. I thought Corey was going to get close a couple times. Corey doesn't get the job done, Brice.
He gets close though.
He gets close, but he never seals the deal.
I knew what's coming. That's why I was ready. I was ready.
This could be his time. Now let's get to the challenge, because this challenge was
endurance heavy. I like this challenge.
I didn't think it was going to be an endurance heavy challenge when I first looked at it. I'm like, oh, this is one of these neutralizers, but my goodness.
Yeah.
Big endurance.
I wonder how long they were there for, because 40 little pegs.
It immediately made me think of Michelle Fitzgerald, because I think the season that she won, this was, you remember the Survivor Challenge where you have put the little thing and you know what I'm talking about? Made me think of her. This challenge, when I tell you I was sitting up.
Is that some motion?
In my bed, rooting for Anissa, because one, she shouldn't be down here. And here's another thing that pissed me off real quick. Rachel's like, we got to do what we could do for era 1. Anissa shouldn't be down here. Bitch, she shouldn't have been down here the first time, Rachel. Girl, like, now you want to feel bad for her? Girl, you put her down there.
Right? Oh, we gonna do what we gonna make it fair and have CT do the women.
Yeah, like I was looking at Rachel a little sideways. Also, I definitely think Rachel has what it takes to win, but I've never like cheered for Anissa harder than in this challenge because I'm like, yes, girl, yes. Especially the optics of seeing like someone like Anissa and Rachel, who they say Rachel is like aesthetically, physically fit,
Jenny?
like
Jen.
Jenny.
Yeah.
Who I say?
You said
Rachel.
7 different names.
Well, you said Rachel because Rachel was talking about that.
She was
We
talking,
Rachel.
yeah, right.
But I'm like, this is Anissa game. Like she got it. When Jenny was throwing that ball and missing, I'm like, sis.
I got a confession. That's how I shoot a basketball.
But it came to a close call, and it's like I know Anissa just has to be pissed though. Like it's like
100%.
why am I here? Why do I get this close?
Do you think they're just picking on her? They're just like, yo, we're just gonna because she's here, we're just gonna throw her in. Which I don't. It's not fair because I feel like she has the connections to for that not to be the case. But it just shows you that like who's her true friend or friends. I know Tori would have held her down and she could have did something about it, but that's all I could think of, honestly.
I also was confused as to like why Jenny got so winded. Like, girl, what is you doing? Like, catch it good, get 3 good breaths.
Muscly people aren't good endurance people.
I remember Yerger went out to Survivor, the Ghost Island, and in that first challenge, he was gassed. Jeff was like, "Do we need to call a medic?"
Who?
First challenge, Michael Yerger.
Oh, Mike, yeah.
That's different. Survivor, when you're out there, the sun, you're not eating. Like, yeah, I could see that. Okay. Here, they going out, they drinking. Like, yeah, girl, catch your breath and go.
She looked,
she was.
Wait a minute, though. Maybe she knew that she was in a good place and she was catching her breath.
Might have been, because we don't know how like they could edit it, make it seem like it was. Yeah.
Say that again. The edit, because baby, the edit here crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But shout out to Jenny for pulling it through. It was hard to see Anissa go. I don't feel like she should have went this early.
She didn't deserve it this early at all.
Right. And but it's also like I feel like in this era, I also think a thing that worked negatively against Anissa is because she is so prevalent in the challenge and comes back a lot. I think these people that haven't been here in a while, like a Rachel, are like, all right, girl, go down there, go. Like, you've been here. I feel like that played negatively against her as well.
Okay.
Y'all don't agree?
No, I agree with you. I didn't have any.
I don't know about that. I just think it's like, all right, they're easy target, and it's a shame.
Right.
I'm sorry. My waiter has come with my filet mignon. Thank you, medium rare. Because let's get into the meat and potatoes. Sorry, Anissa, but baby, Horacio and Derek. Ooh.
Sorry,
when I tell y'all, my britches got a little moist during this challenge. Okay, because they keep calling Derek an old dog. Well, if Derek is
he's not an old dog. They call him a pit bull.
Okay, well, I'm a dog walker. Okay, walk him like a dog. Walk him like a dog, because Derek still do something for me. And when we went to see Challenge Mania in Philadelphia, and Derek got up there and took his shirt off, my britches got a little, little wet then. And then seeing Horacio last week, little sad puppy eating his yogurt. And when he go into this challenge, all like he looked together, and then all of a sudden he looked not together. And him not together. Okay, call me.
Well, did he not look together? Because I mean, we could talk about it at the end, but like
not look together. He looked like he was playing. He looked like he clocked in.
Oh,
his hair was all over the place. And what's his girlfriend name?
Narice. I should have let you answer that.
Call me Brice, because I was
here. Brice is crazy.
Okay. Call me Brice because I be your ex. Come get me.
Oh,
Your
my
ex.
Okay, I'll be the ex. You want to
Yeah,
play
he was
Jax?
going home. No, actually, he wasn't.
Now,
First of all, that was a challenge between them two.
Yeah, they dog fought the whole time.
Watch it.
okay. If it was a cockfight, I put my money on. That's a sport.
Bryce.
That's you.
Brice. That's enough. That's enough.
Brice.
So that was a close cockfight. But this is what I will say. What I am confused about, and the challenge editors, Merkshire and Berkey, they're very creative, because what I'm confused about is Horacio had one hole to put it in. Derek had 3.
Yeah, what?
I don't even know. Yeah.
How is that now? I got a mouth, ear, and so I understand that it can be difficult, but all Horacio got to do.
Yeah. See you later. One of us can leave at this point.
If I'm standing there like this,
no,
okay, it should be easy. Derek has a little bit more complicated ways to go. How is it a photo finish?
And Horatio was the only one to say check. Derek never said a word. Derek was just like,
but
yeah.
And this is why Derek, this is something that I think Wendell has said before, right? Especially in these type of games. Yeah, Horacio said check. What did Derek do?
kept playing.
Derek just looked around. Derek didn't like go over the handshake. Derek was like, let's see. Like, for real. Like, and again, at this point, whose story is more interesting if they stay?
I want to get into all of that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Pause.
Floor is yours, sir.
Sorry, guys. Yeah, so first of all, I wish we had just had a wide angle so we could say, all right, clearly that person.
You didn't say anything crazy. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you, because Brice is getting crazy over there. But then I was talking to my friend, and I'm like, who's in the case of a tie or whatever, it's not going to be a tie. They're going to give it to someone. Who are they going to give it to right now? And first I was thinking Horacio, because he's the future of the franchise. I was like, all right, they got to give it to him. All right, graceful exit. Derek, you just beat Mark, but, this young gun who's about to be the face of the franchise is about to, send you up.
Stop, Rockefeller.
Then, relax yourself, Perp. Then I thought about it a little more, and I'm like, wait a minute. Horacio is about to be the face of the franchise. Horacio has 10, 20 more seasons in him. Doesn't it make sense for them to keep building this guy? And if you keep Horacio right now, get rid of Derek, they don't have a team anymore.
Right.
So I'm like, all right, story-wise, Horacio has 20 years ahead of him. Derek is getting
Derek got a baby on the way. Got a kid about to go to college.
How many years does Derek have in front of him?
How old is he? He's 42.
So you saying he got more days behind him?
Challenge All-Stars.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that because Mark is 52.
How many?
Chill. See, you know what?
Here's my question. When we had a tie at the Era Challenge, what happened?
There was a tiebreaker.
Okay. Like, why we couldn't just run it back, put 4 more balls?
You just wanted to see them do more stuff. That's because it wasn't a tie.
Yeah. Derek, like Brice said, he just said, oh, check. But Derek said,
okay, Derek said, we'll see. Because I know I was in the wall. I'm at the wall standing there. Because I had the X in my mouth. Okay. All Horacio had to do is cut.
Okay.
This guy
Well,
pushes the limits every week.
So we have a Derek win against Horacio. Horacio can go home to Narice.
Brice. Which
Now,
I'm sure that's what Horacio. I mean,
he's
I'm
fine.
sure he
with
was. Yeah.
But he did say, like, man, his best season was his first season. If you think about it, he ain't
Yeah,
have nothing to lose that first season. He went in there going, and it wasn't but for Olivia poking her eye out, right, in a slingshot.
Oh, yeah.
Now, the second season, he got sent home by Narice, right? Him and Kylan. And then this season, he's out
Yeah,
early.
they kept throwing all them in there. They were like, "No, all three of y'all got to go."
That's crazy. Yeah.
Season 36 was your best season, though, right?
You were victorious. That's all you got to say to him.
I got my.
So I mean, I'm just saying the new blood of people. Sometimes when you play multiple times, your first time is your best time.
Sure. Now
That's
I got a
good,
question.
good take.
There was a quotable that I think you guys missed.
Go ahead. A pervert for Herbert. I ain't miss it. I was right on it.
Avery said. That's all I wanted to make note of.
Sherbert.
I grew up on sherbet though.
It's sherbet.
We used to get the colorful kind of sherbet.
Definitely with no other R. Everybody always says sherbet.
Sherbet.
I mean,
oh, speaking of which, I'm gonna try to pop. No, never mind.
okay.
I think I know what you're about to say, but
so the only thing I'll say is this: Brice Izyah tour is coming very, very soon, and we are going to be in New York City for the premiere. That is going down at the Ainsworth. Then we're going right to what? Dallas. Then right to LA. So we're coming very strong with the tour, okay? And we're coming to New Orleans, Nashville,
Boston,
Chicago,
Chi-Town,
Philadelphia,
Philly, the nation's capital.
Okay, DC.
Oh, wow.
Tickets are at the link in the Brice and Wen Present Instagram bio or any of our bios in our link trees. So make sure you check out your boys, Brice, Wen, and Hatchie, and we'll even bring DJ Caution on the ones and twos in a city near you.
Yes, super excited. Can't wait to hit the road.
So I know y'all are here for the challenge, but we also throw one hell of a Survivor event. So we'll see y'all on the road. Gentlemen, do we have anything else? Any other words?
Well, I do just want to talk about the targets. CT pro tip number 8. Finish the episode.
It's late,
bro. CT kicks it off and he volunteers. He says, "Put me in."
Tina volunteered.
Wait a minute. Was that strategic for CT? Now that he just saw some people get in and get out, it's like, all right, I saw some dogs compete. I'll volunteer now, and maybe some of the dogs.
I think everybody knows they have to take a turn, and yeah, they just know they got to go.
Because now everyone is just like, when they're down there picking targets, they're like, well, I'll pick whoever hasn't gone in. And that seems like the fairest thing. But Darrell ain't want to do that with Anissa. But it's interesting because I really feel like CT volunteering first really kind of changes the course of how people go, specifically when we get to Devin. Now, what I'm going to do is stand 10 toes behind Corey. Corey never said that he would volunteer up next. He just agreed that we should go into rotation. Devin hasn't gone in. So quite frankly, Devin, you're in the rotation. Puff, puff, pass to Devin.
Fair.
Now, Josh, little different. Josh did say that he will go next. However, if I'm Josh and I see CT raising his hand.
And CT already sent him home before.
CT has already sent him home. If I'm Josh, I don't blame him. Okay? If they picked him, he would have went. But he just said, you know what? Let the cards play where the cards go. And they picked Kylan.
But they also had a clip from the past.
What was the clip from the past?
Nope. You know what?
Leave it alone.
I ain't got nothing for
Leave it
y'all.
alone.
I ain't got nothing for y'all.
We already said he sent him home. That's enough. That's all needs to be said. Okay.
He said, "I want the goof."
The goof. That was the
Put me in with the goof. All episode. I'm like, who is the? I'm like, he's not talking about.
The goof is crazy.
I don't find it funny.
The goof was nuts. If somebody calls me a goof, we gotta square up, bro. Right then and there.
You gotta hand me a knuckle. Yo, put me in with the goof.
What goof? You know what I'm saying?
Who you talking about?
Right.
Don't you laughing a little too hard, Wendell?
Can we? But okay. And Josh had his confessional where he's like, he called himself whatever he called himself. But his last
white flag.
All right. But his last confessional was, "I'm not going in next week."
And what's the point of the game? To get to the end or to go to elimination?
To get to the end.
Okay.
And this challenge doesn't have one of those stipulations where you have to go in eliminations.
Okay.
But you know what I would hate to see? I'd hate to see Kylan go home next week and we see his whole alliance go home. Like Nerese,
1, 2, 3.
Horacio, Kylan. Like, because that trio in the game is a dangerous combo. And Kylan just watch all his people go home. I want my man to man up. I mean, Kylan ain't never backing down anyway. He trains for this show. He's not gonna back down anyway. But man, now the odds are against him. And he's still got Michelle in the house and Olivia, who is Olivia still there?
She is.
Who are at odds with him, I think.
Don't back a dog into a corner, though.
What does the song by Kenny Rogers say? You gotta
It's
know
Kenny.
when to hold them.
Okay.
Brice?
Know when to fold them.
Know when to show them.
Like a shoulder or
Show them.
Know
when
when
to
to walk
fold
away.
them.
that's it.
Know
So
when
I'm
to
mad.
run.
Well, I'm excited for next week.
Can't wait.
That's all we got. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to the challenge. Takedown. Shout out to You Me R&B, which was a great event that Brice and I went to. Love y'all. We
Y'all
out.
don't want you to win?
It's getting late.
Well, damn, Joey. Where you was at? Because I swore I had Joy in my hot ass apartment.
I sat in the car, I guess, the whole time.
Yo, we pulled up to Brice's apartment.
Not too much.
All lights were out.
I like to set the ambiance. Wait, did y'all knock on the door?
No.
Bro, we had that big old ice bath and them snacks.
Len was like, go through the jungle in the back. I was scared to go back.
Not too much. I have an acre of land, and so to get to the back of my house, you do have to walk through a lidded path. They scared some of my friends half to death, but it was a little hot. But Joey was there.
That's crazy.
Yo, You Me RV was dope, but only a couple of us have our hats on.
Yeah, my shirt is somewhere. Shout out to you, Nas.
Shout out to Nas. All right, y'all. We love y'all. Challenge. Takedown. Peace. I'm a mess.